vocalist. I play a little bit of rhythm guitar, but I was looking for Highway 20 Ride on YouTube, and I think YouTube's a great resource for learning a song. I didn't find anybody that really had it right. People had it close, and there was a few little things missing. So when I finally kind of worked it out, I figured I'd throw this together and throw it up there for anybody that's missing the same things I was missing. Keep in mind, I'm not a guitar player. I usually just chunk a few chords. If you want to play it in the key that they played it on the album and that they play it live, you're going to need a capo. They play it in the key of E. So you will put the capo on the 4th fret, and you'll play a C chord, an F chord, a G chord, and at one point in there's a little walk down to the 6, A minor. I think it's really important as a singer, do a song in the key that works for you. You know, just because they did in the key of E doesn't mean you have to do it in the key of E. I personally feel at the very end of this song, the you know, whoa, 20 ride, it gets real high. I can't hit that. So I'm going to do it in the key of C. I'm not going to use a capo. So if you want to do it in the key of D, you know, put your capo on the 2nd fret. You want to do it in D sharp, which I saw a lot of people saying put the capo on the third fret in some of the instructional videos. That's not the way I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it in E, not in D sharp, but you know, I could be wrong. It's a half step, whatever. And then just play it the same way I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you a C chord. If you want to play it in the key of E, put the capo on your 4th fret and play a C chord. So I'm going to do mostly strumming. I'm not a finger picker. I will add in one little note. I'm putting my pinky, I'm playing a C chord, and I'm dropping my pinky down there on the 3rd fret on that high E string. So when I go, you hear that in the intro of the song. That's the intro right there. You can play it as complicated or as simple as you want. Now, during the verses, you're gonna throw that G in there. So, I ride east every other Friday, and if I had it my way, the day would not be going to the G, wasted on this back to the 1 or the C drive. During the choruses, you're gonna change it up a little bit more. And I drive, and I think about my life, and wonder why I see that I F'd in G. Now, here's where we're gonna put the 6 in there. Every time I turn that truck around. So all I'm doing is I'm strumming my C and that root note, and then coming down to the A minor. So every time I turn that truck around, right at going to the 4 at the Georgia line, back to the 5, and I count the days to the 6 and the miles back home to 4 on that 5-way 20 ride. Now the last verse, when you get to the lead, where they do the lead ride, if you're playing this acoustically, I really don't think you should play through the whole chord progression that they're playing in the lead ride, because it gets boring to the people that are listening. If it's just you and the acoustic guitar, play the intro right there, just like you do after the first verse. And then you get to the last verse, and the last verse is a little different than the first and the second verse. So when you drive C, and the years going to the F go flying by to the 5, I hope you smile, 1, if I 4 cross your 5, going back to the 4. It was the pleasure of my 5, and back to the 4, and I cherished every 5, and my whole one world, going to the 6, begins and ends with 4. on that highway. That's a 520 ride. Okay? Then you'll do you, whoa, 20. I'm gonna get through it one time for you. I ride east every other Friday, and if I had it my way, the day would not be wasted on this drive. And I want so bad to hold you, son, there's things I haven't told you. Your mom and me couldn't get along, so I drive and I think about my life and wonder why that I slowly die inside every time I turn that truck around right at the Georgia line. And I count the days and the miles back home to you on that Highway 20 ride. Wrong right there. Intro. Day might come you realize that if you see through my eyes, there was no other way to work it out. Part of you might hate me, but son, please don't mistake me for a man who didn't care at all. So I drive and I think about my life and wonder why that I slowly die inside every time I turn that truck around right at the Georgia line. And I count the days and the miles back home to you on that Highway 20 ride. Again, I'm doing the intro right here instead of the lead right. So when you drive and the years go flying by, I hope you smile if I ever cross your mind. It was the pleasure of my life, and I cherished every time. And my whole world, it begins and ends with you on that Highway 20 ride. Whoa, 20 ride. Whoa, 20 ride. Highway 20 ride.